Right, prep for swing to handstand. Yeah. Prep to swings to handstand. You want to be having your swings on the end of the bars facing outwards. You want to be lifting your hips up toward the ceiling, pushing away with your shoulders. And if you fall over the top, you just want to fall onto a mat that way. So you just fall in, leaning, pushing away from the bars.
Are you arching your back, Lee?
So to start with, you want to be arching your back.
No, it's not for basketball.
A good little trick when you're doing the back swing is on the back of the swing just to pull your hips a little bit there, so you're piking up. So you pull your hips up towards the ceiling, and that gets your body up in line with your hands. Obviously Dave's exaggerating it a little bit here, but that's the momentum you want there. So you're just pulling up towards handstand, and then if you go over the top, then just fall over flat onto your back. Okay, back up rise from upper arms. First of all, the important is the upper arm position. As you can see here, there's a right angle between the elbow and the forearm. If you do can you put your arms together so you're having your wrists right up here? Oh yeah, that's it. A common mistake is to try and do an upper arm swing from this angle, and that angle you don't get any support and your shoulders dip between the bars. So you want to push your hands out in front of you at 45 degrees. Then you've got a good solid shoulder position, and you can press down on the P-bars. Perfect. And then from that position, you can go into swings. Swinging forward and backwards. You're basically pressing the opposite way on the P-bars as to the way you're swinging. So at the front swing, you're putting the P-bars back with your hands. At the back swing, you're pushing the P-bars forward with your hands. So you're swinging up to and fro, looking at your toes. And eventually, when you feel your shoulder position is falling over the top, you push directly down on the P-bars. And your elbows come from being on the P-bars to above your hands, and then your shoulders follow. Beautiful. So things to think about is just keeping your shoulders up for the upper arm back up. That's it. Swinging to and fro. Same principle as the swing on high bar. Pushing with your feet. Push down with the P-bars and straight up. When you come straight up, you want to aim to get your feet back into a half lever shape to bring your shoulders in line with your hands. Keep your centre of mass and over your base of support, which is on the P-bars there, and it just controls yourself to stop yourself falling back down. Okay then, so a short upstart on the end of the bars will lead into progression for the upper arm upstart. So if you consider you're doing it from a jump, and it's the same principle doing it from when you're in the upper arm position pushing back. So jump upstart from here, you're jumping back with your hips backwards and you're extending your toes forwards, counteracting yourself, going into a figure four and pushing yourself up. So push back, shoulders extend, feet extend, and up again. One more please, mate. So jump backwards, pike through, extend out, extend your toes, figure four, press down, and you want to keep your feet upstart so your stomach's tensing, so then you come back level with the bars. And then a progression to that, which is either the one they asked for on the stunt register, or it's this one that we've just done. We can't quite work it out, we'll find out in a minute for you. It's the same principle from support, so you're doing from a straight arm support. It is asked for on the end of the bars. So then you quite literally, you're pivoting yourself around your arms down and push back up again. So on this particular one, you stay in the figure four shape and push back with the figure four shape, always trying to keep your feet above the level of the P-bars. As soon as your feet drop from the level of the P-bars, once you push up into support, your feet drop down, that's when your whole body is going to fall backwards. So if you're finding you're not getting, can you do one where you fall backwards, Dave? Fall back. Yeah. So what you'll find is if your feet don't stay above the bars and your feet drop when you come back up, you fall down. So your feet aren't staying in the figure four. And then a little bit further on from that, when you do your figure four and you try and kick up and you just drop them and then you flap back down again. Right. You can go halfway up to support and drop back down. So that's it there. So you'll find that because your feet are flopping downwards and not holding the half lever shape, your shoulders won't be able to come up above your base of support, so you fall back down again. And then one more, properly done, the beautiful way. So upstart, perfect. So your aim is to keep your toes as close to your feet as possible. Sorry, as close to your head as possible. There are a number of ways to do this one. That's the way both Dave and I have been taught. Alright then, so we've just done number 1 and number 2. Number 3 is upper arm upstart. So that's the progression from the upper arm back up. So it's exactly the same principle to start with. So you do the same swings, same upper arm position, and when you start to push yourself into what would be the back up to support, you push yourself away this time, so you push your hands away from you and drop down into your upstart.
Again?
Yes please mate. So you're thinking exactly the same as you would do for upper arm to support, but instead of pulling your shoulders above your hands, you push your shoulders away from your hands and extend into your upstart. So that's the upper arm position, and then breaking down the upstart will come when we do upstart on the end of the bars. Okay then, so the final thing on the stunt register for the P-bars is the flank vault dismount. This is basically a safe way to get out of a handstand sideways on the bars. So all you do is move your hand across one side in front of the other hand and go straight off at the side. So Dave's just going to demonstrate a few preps to get this up close to handstand. It's fairly simple. It's a very simple dismount. You swing as if you're swinging to preps to handstand. You quite literally move your hand over and drop down. So that one was just a pass horizontal. So then you just, as you get confident, you just build it up and build it up. So eventually you get up to closer to 45 degrees. Exactly the same thing. You push against your shoulders, push away on your far hand, and it comes over in front of the other hand to drop off. And finally, when you get happy with that, you take it up close to handstand. So you almost hold a handstand first, and then drop across. So you want to push with your far hand. In this case, it's Dave's left hand. He pushes across, shrugs with his shoulder to push across. Then the final progression for the flank vault dismount is to do a handstand, a held handstand, and move your hand across. So hand across and down there. But it's not going to be asked for on the stunt exam. You're just going to have to go toward handstand and then off. You don't have to hold it first. So to know which hand you're going to use, it's going to be, if you're right-handed, you're going to push with your left hand and pivot across your right hand. If you're left-handed, you're going to push with your right hand and pivot across your left hand.